Hi guys, now you're wondering how the hell IKEA could help you to produce any shields? Well, I'll show you how to produce this kind of shield with some base from some IKEA's furnitures. Those shields have been made inspired by Middle Eastern fighters. The precise design will be used for my Our Dream project. If you want to know more about it, just check my YouTube and check also my Facebook page for more information. That being said, let's get down to business. Yeah, kind of like a plate, see? It's made out of bamboo and it have a lenticular shape, see? You will have to remove this part here. So once you remove this part, the circle here with hammer, and yes, I wear gloves because protection, you know, that matter. So once you remove this by hammering it, so you have to hammer by turning around the piece, and it will be removed really easily. But you see, it's not smooth. It's it could be even dangerous for your fingers. There's a little part there that you can stab into your finger or between your nails and your finger. Well, in order to remove this, you will have to use some kind of a blade, something like this, and then you have to use sandpaper. So after you did cut everything and you pepper sand the back of the plate, it will look like this. So it's completely flat, and then after you did this, the next step is simply to cover it with fabric, glue that it's at first for wood, which is good because the plate is made out of wood, so it's really suitable. When you have your fabric on the plate, it will look like something like that. You have one layer here, you glue first the plate, then you put on the fabric, and then you glue the fabric because it will simply absorb the glue, and it's something that I advise you to do because it will help your fabric to hold on the shield, on the wooden part. If you are not doing it, there is chances that the fabric will remove by itself from the plate. When you will have your two layers, it will look like this. I did cut also the borders correctly. Those fringes are simply here to help you when you will pull this back on the back of the shield, and when you will glue this, it's simply to make everything easier for you, especially when you have a round shield. For example, if you are doing like a scutum, a Roman scutum, don't bother with cutting all the sides. It's freaking straight. Just glue it that way. But this is round, and in order to make it fit, you will have to fringe the fabric. Another step that you have to remember is to draw a line here about 2 centimeters from the border, and in order to do so, I use a special tool. I use this kind of compass here. It's something that you will adjust by using this screw here, and the screw will hold the pen at a good distance in order to let you draw it with a regular distance, which is really important to have the same distance everywhere. And this will help you to do so. And this kind of tool will really help you out for many things. This is why I do recommend to use this. And also, this can open a bit more and let you also have a straight and a good cycle if you need it. It's much better to use this kind of tool which are really sturdy instead of just let's say a school compass. You see, something really basic but that won't be that efficient. This is efficient. This is why I will recommend you to use proper tools, even if for starters perhaps not, but later on you will see how good that is. Okay, now that you did glue everything on the shield, on the plate, you will have the outside like this, and the inside, all the little parts there are now glued as well. And what we did draw again a line here, about 2 centimeters from the edge, and this line will follow this and will cut all the excess, you see. You have to glue a layer of fabric on the inside. Now that you've painted your shield, you will have to paint also the decorations on it. Do patterns for that, and the plus is that you can replicate again and again this pattern if you have, I don't know, like a dozen shield to produce. You recognize probably the inspiration. It's for Middle Earth, and that make reference to Sauron's eyes, and also you have snakes, like described as a symbol used by the Aerodream. This one is, you see, yellow, which is closer to Tolkien's description, because what we know is that Aerodreams have round and yellow shield. You probably noticed that there is rivets there after you painted everything, is to drill all the holes that you will need, and those rivets are in the holes I drilled for the straps. Once again, on a pattern that you will draw, a round pattern, you just mark the places where you need the holes. On this specific shield, I will show you how to put the border by nailing. On this shield, I have holes all around. Those holes are about like 1.5 inches, something like that. I decided to do that in order to sew on a border. The ride will be sewed there. On that you see that there is straps there. Those straps are 15 centimeters long, about 2 centimeters wide, and also you will have holes. There's a code in order to hold this at the distance you wish. That will permit you to use this shield like a buckler, to use those straps to simply pass over your forearm, and to use, for example, this buckler with a 200 spear. And once your straps are ready, you have rivets and squares ready, you just have to cut what left of the rivet, what is out, and then after you have to hammer this rivet. Another detail on those shields there, because there is no padding in it. For this, I advise you to have 4 layers of padding. This is synthetic wool. To cover, there is here real wool, or it could be linen that you will use, or even with cotton will do. A needle that is triangular there. It's a needle that has been made for leather. A big needle will be better, especially because you will use a big thread. This is once again why you will have to think about the diameter of your holes when you drill the shield. This linen is something that you can find in hardware stores. The little tool that you will need in order to do that without too much problem is this kind of threader. This will help you to go through the rawhide and to pull through the different layers, the rawhide and the shield. There is already, yes, a hole in your shield, but you will have to go through 2 layers. 2 layers of rawhide in order to push the needle in the tweezer. You will give you a better grip and much more strength. And the same goes when you will pull out the needle once you will have pushed it through the ride, through the shield, and through the second layer ride. You will simply just have to pull it once again with a threader. Now that your shells are ready, you can use them to practice some I-33, but with a taste of sand. With a saber, it will be the proper weapon to practice. And if you want to see them in a fight,
I'll try to produce some demonstrations soon enough in the coming months, depending on the time I will have for this and my travels. See you!